Sonic Movie and Equestria Girls Chapter 2, A New World. A few months later.
Alright everyone, before you start saying how you got a weird deja vu from me narrating this, that's because I'm doing this again. Alright, let me just start off this with a little explanation for what's been going on for the last few months since we've been stuck in this supposed new reality.
Sonic could be seen running in top speeds as he runs past a few buildings, with him running up the tallest one before looking down onto a school, which wasn't far away.
This is Canterlot City, home of really interesting people. Still not as good as Green Hills, but I got to say, it's still top tier. But the most intriguing part is Canterlot High. You know, Sunset School where her friends go. We have the funny and obnoxious party house Pinkie Pie, the classy and amazing designer Rarity, the hard-working and howdy girl Applejack, which kinda almost reminds me of Knuckles, the sweet and lovely animal expert Fluttershy, the most sportsmanship and awesome competitor Rainbow Dash, and the smart and caring Twilight Sparkle, which I gotta say, gives me Tails vibes. Oh, you didn't think I would forget about the incredible and most caring of them all, Sunset Shimmer.
From the distance, Sunset Shimmer could be seen helping someone as she comforted them in their time of need, just how Sonic did a few months back.
Although I've only visited time to time, it's amazing how much she's grown. But seeing her happy fills me with joy, like eating 3 chili dogs all at once. It's only been a few months, and she managed to turn her life around for the better.
Sonic then leans back before landing on the ground before running back to the woods.
But enough about them. If you're wondering how me and the boys are doing, I gotta say, we're doing just fine.
Later with Sunset Shimmer was currently reading a book when she heard knocking from her front door. She then stood up from her desk before walking to the door and opening it.
You're late, Flash Sentry.
Flash could be seen scratching his head while looking away nervously.
Sorry about that, I had trouble with something before I got here.
You better come inside. You don't want to catch a cold now, do you?
Wouldn't mind if I did. Then I would just have to come to you to heal me with your magic.
That's not how my magic works, and you know it. Seriously, you could have just went to the hospital instead of coming here. They do a much better job at patching up bandages.
Where's the fun in that? Besides, it's much cheaper too.
The guitar player could only playfully smile after hearing an annoyed groan from Sunset. Flash could only walk inside as Sunset closed the door behind him, as the guitar player could only sit down on her couch while Sunset sat next to him.
So, how's life been treating you since the whole robot thing with Micro?
Everything's been fine lately, though you should warn Micro next time not to make a killer robot controlled by a toaster of Fred. Seriously, you didn't have to get my amulet for me. You could have gotten yourself killed.
Sunset then saw one of his bandages as the boy could only groan in pain after she tried touching it.
What can I say? A guy's gotta do what he does best.
If that involves getting yourself hurt, then I suggest you stop doing it.
How could I when you keep risking your life dealing with these crazy bad guys?
Flash, me and the girls have our own magic to face threats like that. You, on the other hand, are just a regular dude that has to deal with the magic that I brought into this world.
That doesn't mean I won't stop trying to help. Besides, it's gonna take more than a plea to stop me from doing my part.
Really then, how about a punch to the shoulder?
Let me think about it. Nah, your punches don't even hurt anyways.
Sunset proceeded to punch the boy on the shoulder, which caused him to laugh.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Last time I checked, I can't always be your knight in shining armor.
Sunset started patching up the guitar player's injuries, although they haven't talked much since the Everfree Forest. That didn't stop them from hanging out from time to time. Just then, she remembered a conversation they had during their time in the Everfree Forest, as she could only ask him a question.
By the way, how are you handling getting over Twilight?
Flash remained silent for a while before speaking in a soft yet sad tone.
I won't lie to you when I say it still hurts, but I managed to get over her, especially since she's not coming back anytime soon. Though some part of me wishes that things could have worked out, you know?
It sucks, but sometimes it's like that in life. We can't always get what we want no matter how many times you try.
Flash could only notice the tone of her voice change as he looked over to see Sunset Shimmer looking down at her feet sadly.
Is something wrong?
Well, what? No. What makes you say that?
Sunset, we've been over this. You're like an open book. I can tell when something's wrong, just by looking at you. Mind explaining what's going on this time?
Sunset Shimmer could only let out a depressed sigh as he put his hand on her shoulder before she looked over to him.
All right, I'll tell you. It's about a friend. Ever since the formal, I really wanted to meet him since he was the first friend I ever made, since the whole turning into a she-demon thing. We kinda just met one night when he was at my rooftop, but he never really showed his face around me. But even so, he helped me that night when he gave me advice to push forward and not let my past define me. Ever since then, we've been talking all weekends during midnight, and he's been a really good friend since. Though I just wish he would show his face around me.
Whoa. You're telling me that the first friend you made since the fall formal is some dude you met on a rooftop? Doesn't that give you, I don't know, creep vibes or something?
It would if he didn't sound like a loudmouth teenager. Besides, even if I haven't met him face to face, he still was my first friend I've made since the fall formal. He's been there for me when I thought no one else would. Not even you.
Flash flinched after hearing those words come out of Sunset's mouth. It's true that Flash wasn't exactly the nicest to her after the fall formal, but ever since the Everfree Forest, he wanted to make things up with Sunset and start over as friends. Though he couldn't blame her for saying those words normally, since Sunset wasn't exactly afraid to pull any of her punches. Flash could only speak in a soft yet worried tone.
I'm just concerned for your safety, that's all. I don't want you getting hurt.
I'll manage. I'm no damsel in distress after all.
Regardless, just try to be careful. The best advice I could give is wait for the kid to show himself. I know it may take a while, but I'm sure when he's ready, he'll show himself around you. For now, you just wait until he's ready and hope things go well from there.
I guess you're right.
Does the kid have any friends?
Well, he didn't really talk much about them, but he did mention their names time from time. All he said was that they're like family to him. I think their names were Tails and Knuckles.
Those are some unusual names, but I can't really judge since I have a friend that's named Sandalwood. Anyways, what's he like?
Well, telling by his expression, he's very childish and energetic. Yet there's times where he's thoughtful and kind to me. Whenever I'm feeling down or bummed out about something, he always finds a way to cheer me up. He's kind of like a little brother to me. I just wish sometimes he could finally come out of his shell and meet me in person.
He sounds like a good friend.
Sunset could only notice the sad tone in his voice. Although it's true that she didn't blame Flash for the way he treated her in the past, after their relationship, she could tell that the guitar player still carried some guilt for it.
Hey Flash, I know this is a bit late to say this, but I wanted to apologize for leaving you during the camp thing when you asked me if I wanted to become friends again.
Wait, you remember that?
Why wouldn't I?
It's just, I didn't expect you to remember, that's all.
I know, it's just, we never got the chance to talk about it since. I've been busy most of the time. But that's besides the point. Look, I thought about it for a while, and I wanted to tell you that I accept that offer of yours. That is, if it's okay with you.
Wait, you're serious about this? You really want to start over as friends? Even after the way I treated you?
A friend once taught me that everyone deserves a second chance, even with the mistakes you made. So yes, I would love to have you as a friend again.
Sunset put her hand on Flash's shoulder. The boy looked over to see her smiling at him. This caused the guitar player to smile back at her.
Tails, Knuckles, I've got groceries, like you wanted.
Sonic ran past Knuckles, who could be seen breaking down a tree as it fell to the ground. The red echidna could only drag the branch of wood back to where they were staying for the firewood. Tails was currently fixing up the tornado as they managed to build a little house made out of wood for him to build inside. Sonic then arrived just in time as he opened the door to their small house as he laid on the couch while watching the small TV that Tails had made.
Tails, I'm back with the groceries, and let me tell you, it's been getting harder not to get spotted by this world's humans.
That's great, Sonic. Just put them on the counter. Say, which would you prefer tonight, beef or mushroom stew?
Definitely beef. The last time we made mushroom stew, things did not go so well for me in the bathroom.
Sonic then placed the groceries on the counter as he went back to lay in the couch, as he used the remote to play the TV as it showed the local news.
In today's news, Blue Justice strikes again as last night's criminals were stopped once again. Suspects say, like last time, that it was over in less than a minute, but reports have said that the Blue Justice has not been identified. If you have seen or know anything about it, please contact
Sonic!
What? I can't help it. The city is big and I've got criminals to stop. Not to mention, it gets boring not having anything to do.
Knuckles then opened the room with smashed wood as he put them down near the rest of the firewood nearby, as he wiped his gloves while sitting next to the blue hedgehog.
Did he sneak out again?
Relax, guys. I've got this all under control. Thus, they don't suspect a thing. Now come on, Knuckles. Let's play this fighting game I found. If you want to prove how great of a warrior you are.
Very well then. Prepare for your embarrassing and humiliating defeat from me, Hedgehog.
You're on then, Knuckles.